evening, all you awesome people out there, or depending on where you are, good day, good afternoon, good morning. My name is Scott Churchson. That is Mr. Ryan O'Regan. And of course, that is Mr. Davion Moosey. And welcome to Tales from the Film Set on Zingo TV, channel 249 and 250. Kindly make sure to download the Zingo TV app on the app stores of iOS and Android. When you download, make sure to rate and leave a comment. One more thing, Zingo TV is also available on Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire, Fire TV sticks, Roku sticks, and all smart TVs 2016 and forward. Gentlemen, how are you today?
I saw that, Ryan.
Yes. Hey, Steph.
Hey, Steph.
So,
Hi, Steph.
hi, Steph.
Hey, Steph.
Should we actually on three? 1, 2, 3. Hi, Steph.
Hi, Steph.
I give up. All right.
You tried, Day. You tried.
I tried. Okay. So basically, we got a bunch of stuff that we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking a lot of it's going to be Kevin Smith. I have got one of the penultimate greatest stupid actor stories of all time. I am so happy about this one. This is going to be one of the best ones I have ever had. I saw it last week, and yeah, it's going to be fantastic. But first and foremost, we are going to be starting off the most vilified man in Hollywood, alongside one of the most popular, beloved members of Hollywood. In this case, I am officially talking about Kevin Smith being the beloved one, and Mr. Harvey Weinstein being the, shall we say, less than beloved one. The movie, one of the greatest movies that Kevin Smith ever came out with was a movie called Dogma. You have Ryan has a copy of it. I've got a copy of it. We have also.
And I don't got a copy of it.
It's a special edition. It's a thick one. It's a thick daddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is
Right.
the one that has like that one hour of added footage in it.
Yes.
So
I dislike y'all at this moment because y'all.
But
well,
the problem
we're Jersey guys. We have to geek out on Kevin Smith.
I'm Jersey
Yeah.
too.
We have few people that we can say in the pantheon of actors and filmmakers and artists that have come out of Jersey. There are few that I'd say that the three of us can actually relate to. Kevin Smith is definitely one of those people that we can relate to. As far as I'm concerned, he can do no wrong except, him losing the weight, because now it makes me feel fatter. I would have liked to have kept it. I would have had something to go for as a goal. Now, makes it harder. But anyways,
yeah, but he almost died in the process. It was a heart attack and
I can
everything.
appreciate that, yes. But have a salad every so often. You didn't have to drop so much. It hurts me. Now I look more like Harvey Weinstein than I look like Kevin Smith, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I wouldn't compare that. Anyway, Ryan, do you want to roll with this and talk about this a little bit, so I don't monopolize entirely?
Well, it's funny that you mention it, and Steph says, don't own it, but I have friends who do. That's good, because unfortunately, Dogma has not been in print, either DVD-wise, Blu-ray-wise, hasn't been put to streaming in years. And unfortunately, it's due to one Mr. Harvey Weinstein. So it's pretty much come out in an interview with The Wrap that Kevin Smith had, I guess, going on tour talking about Clerks 3, is that the reason you can't find Dogma anywhere because they haven't been printing it and it's not on streaming is because Harvey Weinstein owns it. And in Hollywood, when you put up the money for the film, you are the person that owns that film. It doesn't matter who the creative person was. It doesn't matter who the director was. It doesn't matter who starred in it. Whoever fronts the money owns the film. And Weinstein and Miramax own that film. And unfortunately, as much as Kevin Smith would probably like to have it back, Harvey Weinstein pretty much approached him. Not approached him because obviously he's locked up. But on the phone, called him and said that he's trying to get it sold for $5 million, which according to Kevin Smith is way more than you should pay for this film. And I mean, that's debatable because I would say up until Clerks 3, which a lot of people are critically acclaiming, people would argue that Dogma was probably his best film.
Yes.
Not because of the cast, not just simply because of the drama that stirred up from it being, not necessarily anti-religious, but certainly poking a lot of holes in Catholicism itself. But it was just a well-executed, well-paced film. It was funny. It was a lot of good stuff. And no, that saw is not on my end. I can hear it now.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to like go through the whole thing, and I'm getting derailed by the sound because it's like.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the deal. I've already gotten a text about this. I already got a message in the private chat. It's not happening right now. There is a dude currently installing a stove upstairs. Now, when the noise was happening before, we talked about it, Ryan and I. He's like, you know what? The noise wasn't that bad. Maybe a 3 out of 10. Apparently, he heard that and he decided to take that 3 and be like, you know what? We're going to turn this and he just wrap this thing up to 11 here. So I apologize. I'm going to sit there based on the text that I got. Thank you, by the way.
Screw it. We're doing it live. This is what happens with live television.
I'm going to muscle through this. I will basically mute myself as much as possible to get through this. I am sorry. Oh, God. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Ryan,
well, I mean, okay. Just to wrap it up.
Yeah. No, keep talking. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, no, I mean, pretty much the deal is, even though Kevin Smith is a celebrity, and he is, exactly, yes, thank you, Steph. He is probably one of the most well-known niche directors in cinema today. He doesn't have just $5 million laying around to go ahead to give to Harvey Weinstein, nor would he want to. The whole idea of it is that you have this social pariah, this ogre of a person, this bootleg mall Santa of a man who holds the rights to one of Kevin Smith's greatest films, and he doesn't want him to make any money off of it. So obviously it's a bit of a juxtaposition. Do I get the money to get the film back, or is there some other route that I can go? And unfortunately, this is a problem with like a lot of filmmakers. This is why you see people that go on Indiegogo and try to start up their own campaign, or you people try to outsource to others. That's why there are producers. Producers are the people, especially executive producers, that fund movies to get made. And unfortunately, this is an inevitable result. Day, yes, you have the board. I think you might have muted Day instead of me, Scott.
No, he's fine. He's fine.
I'm fine.
And because,
okay.
because right now there's because there's no noise upstairs, I'm going to start talking for a little bit, for as long as I can do it. Whatever window I've got, I'm going to be trying to run with this as much as I can. The full thing is, Dogma was the first Kevin Smith movie I ever saw. So really? I didn't really understand basically what the fat bearded guy and the talkative guy with long hair was. Because honestly, I had never seen Clerks, Chasing Amy, or Mallrats at that point. And so Dogma was a little bit confusing to me, at least from that point, because you see him on the right side there. You got Jay and Bob, but it was such a smart film in so many ways. You got Matt Damon and Ben Affleck straight off of Good Will Hunting. You got Selma Hayek, Chris Rock, Alan Rickman. You had Alanis Morissette literally play God, which was so smart and clever in so many ways. Yeah, well, yeah, by the way, yeah, that one. But, I mean, dude, the movie's 20 years old. It's like spoiling Sixth Sense at this point. By the way, Bruce Willis is dead the entire movie. We know what it is. But the point is that it was such a smart, clever film. And it's funny because until this came out, about Weinstein basically blocking this, I hadn't realized, oh, crap, it actually was never on streaming. And it's one of Kevin Smith's finest films out there. One of the smartest, ironically, feel-good movies that, a lot of people got upset about. As Kevin put it, it's like it's got a giant rubber poop monster in it. I mean, like I said, I've got the extended one. Ryan, you got the extended one. This has over an hour of extra footage in the movie. So the movie's like a 3-hour epic. Janine Garofalo has a small bit in it. And it was just such a great film. I mean,
this might be Linda Fiorentino's biggest film outside of Sex, Lies, and Videotape.
I was going to say Men in Black.
Sorry for the pose.
It's okay.
No, you're confusing actresses, I think.
No, she was in. No, Linda Fiorentino was.
Wait. Yeah, you're right. She was the person in the.
She was the
that room, right?
Mortgage or whatever.
Well, that's like a bit part. That's like she wasn't the lead, like she was in this.
No, but she was pretty well involved. I mean, I would say she's number. What's that?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm sorry to interrupt, but
no, please interrupt.
Okay, so why don't they redo the film or remake it?
Ryan, you want to take that one?
The whole problem with that is
I know it's
If
a
you go
gamble.
ahead and remake it, I mean, that's already like a big excursion as it is. And Kevin Smith already has to do crowdfunding and do this, that, and the other thing just to get films made the way he wants to. He decided this back when he was doing Yoga Hosers that, he wasn't going to go to the big producers and the big companies to get his films made. He was going to make the films that he wanted to make. And whether or not somebody wanted to jump on board, that was their decision. So getting the types of Salma Hayek and Chris Rock, and mind you, aside from Alec Rickman, pretty much everyone here is still available, sure. But you can't use the names. You can't use the plot line, probably. There's a lot of intricacies when it comes to copyright. And that's something that maybe not a lot of actors think or maybe aware of. From a filmmaking standpoint, I know I've had to deal with this. When it comes to getting people involved and making sure that some people get paid, other people don't, it's a very tricky thing. A lot of paperwork has to go through it. So I don't know if Kevin Smith would be willing to go ahead and go through all that. Whereas, unfortunately, Harvey Weinstein, he has wanted to probably make a sequel to this. He's wanted to make a television series based off this because as the man who owns the rights to the film, he can bank off of it if he wanted to.
There was supposed to be a
shouldn't.
sequel. Apparently, Weinstein contacted him like a week before the rape allegations came down that he wanted to do
because he was trying to just
and I want to see Dogma 2. I want to see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, it would be great if they could actually do more with this. I mean, we've already seen how much they can do with just Jay and Silent Bob alone. But something like this would be very intricate.
Yeah, where are they now? Kind of a scenario. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Linda Fiorentino is not really in the industry much anymore. Obviously, Alan Rickman passed away, but you can still work with Chris Rock, Ben, Matt, and Selma at the very least, and bring in, anybody at this point. The connections that Kevin Smith has now are far and away greater than the ones he had back in the day.
Right.
Yeah, and to be fair, with a television show, they'd probably go ahead and just recast the characters anyway with like younger versions of the same characters or something like that. Like I could see maybe like a Kevin Hart, or even if you wanted to go younger, maybe like an RJ Kyler from Power Rangers. You could get him to play the Chris Rock position, but
Kevin Hart
at
would work.
this point, anything 100%. Would probably end up going to Weinstein. Anything, any of the money that would be made off of this, or anything similar to it, would go to Weinstein, and Kevin Smith just doesn't want to fund that man. Nor do I blame him.
Because you don't want no affiliation with him when it comes to stuff that he already got accusations and he got accused of. So, it's like, and now the guy, and now the guy that that's holding your product is that person. You're like, what do I do now? I'm screwed. Yeah.
And the thing is, there are.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, there are legal statutes that I think John Campia brought this up on his show today. There are legal statutes that say that a person cannot collect money off of a crime, but unfortunately, the crimes that Harvey Weinstein was convicted of have nothing to do with Dogma. There's like no connection on those. So, it would be a different story if, unfortunately, Linda Fiorentino or maybe Salma Hayek were two of the people that had allegations against them, but they don't.
Make an offer TV series. He was trying to figure it out. Yeah. And
exactly. Yeah, he was trying to do a snow job, in a sense.
And the problem with Kevin, I think, in this case here, is he owes pretty much his entire career to Harvey Weinstein. It's one of those things that Harvey Weinstein is, like I said, one of the most vilified people in the industry right now. But in this case, there is no Clerks without Harvey. There's no Mallrats. There's no anything, because Weinstein has happened to be in the audience to see Clerks, and that's what launched his career. And it's a very tough situation, I think, for Kevin, because on one hand, like I said, he has nothing without Harvey Weinstein, but in the same time, you want to distance yourself as much as you can from a guy like that.
Right, but that's why you see him making more of a Jay and Silent Bob reboot and more of a Clerks 3, because these are the things that he has. These are the properties that he can work with. There's already been talk about either making a sequel to Mallrats or making that a TV show.
Yeah.
Who knows if we'll ever see anything with Chasing Amy.
That never transpired. He was supposed to do a Buckaroo Banzai TV series.
Well, that might also be another rights issue. That people never really seem to understand that there's a whole seedy underbelly of Hollywood that isn't just in the tabloids.
Right.
There's a lot of moving, shaking, business oriented stuff that's why they call it show business and not show fun, not show hobby.
For some, it's a show hobby, I suppose. But okay, are we good on this topic? Can I tell you my funny little actor story that I've got?
Sure.
Well, yeah. Well, I'd say we definitely need something a little lighthearted after the bombshell that hurts all of us Jersey people here.
Yes. So, okay, I'm going to try. God help me. Please do not do anything during this time. This
Please
happened
do something during this time. It's going to be funny. It's going to be funny. It's going to be funny.
Give me 3 minutes here. Just give me 3 minutes. That's all I need. So last week I was
Dave's like the neutral vote. He's like, nope. I don't care if anything does happen.
No, you're wasting his time. Come on.
I hear a little bit going on, but it's not that loud down there. He's not taking a sledgehammer to the damn thing up there. So last week I am standing in on a well-known, well-established TV show directed by the guy that I mentioned 2 weeks ago, when you guys were running solo, if you recall.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it again. It was basically working again with with Carl Weathers. So again, second time in like 2 weeks, standing in on a show, Carl Weathers being his Carl Weathers self, short days, get along with everybody, just amazing experience. So 6:45, I didn't have to be until 8:30. 6:45 a.m. was the call time for one specific person. 7 o'clock, she's not there. Production calls and be like, dude, where are you? She's like, I'm so sorry. I misread the call sheet. I thought I was supposed to be in later. It's like, all right, fine. Just get here ASAP. An hour goes by. Now it's 8 o'clock. She's an hour and 15 minutes late. Ooh. Where are you? You're now over an hour late. Oh, I'm sorry. I fell back to sleep. I'll get up right now. I'm going to go. Hour and 45 minutes pass. It is now 9:45 in the morning. 3 hours after this woman was supposed to be there. I am listening to the PA on the phone with her as she is currently 20 blocks away from where she's supposed to be because somehow she got lost. This woman rolls in 3.5 hours late. Do you know by any chance what a Taft-Hartley is?
Say that again.
Are you familiar with the term Taft-Hartley? A Taft-Hartley is where they take a non-union person and they make them not only union for the day, but a union speaking role for the day. This was a woman who basically...
that never happened to me, so yeah, of course.
3 times. Misread the call sheet, fell asleep, got lost, showed up 3.5 hours late for a Taft-Hartley that paid her over $1,000 before residuals.
And so what happened when she finally showed up?
They got the scene done. They got everything done as they had to do. It turns out that scene was actually being shot by a different director. So it didn't overlap. It didn't cause too many issues with the stuff that Carl Weathers had to do. But it was still something where this person shows up so ridiculously late. And that director, who had that one scene that they had to do and then be done with it entirely and then walk away, sat there and just waited until they showed up. And this woman got paid well over $1,000 because she was a dead ringer body double for the token dead person in the episode. And they put makeup on her and did all this kind of stuff. She was a Taft-Hartley. And that, like I said, that is well beyond union rates. That is $1,000 to walk in the door. And she still showed up 3.5 hours late for it.
Why can't I be a Taft-Hartley?
Look, we all wish we could be Taft-Hartley. If you're non-union, we all wish for a Taft-Hartley.
SAG. What about us, man? I want to be a Taft-Hartley.
I mean, the only positive spin I can say on this is the fact that she was doing this for a dead body character, which means hopefully she's dead and they're done with the character.
I wouldn't kid. Dude.
And look, I get it.
That's 1,000, dude.
Yes, I know. We always could use $1,000 a day gig. I would have been a little bit more impressed if they had actually gone ahead and given that position to some other non-union person that was on the set.
They almost did. They were this close. They were this close to do it.
Said, it was a dead ringer. What are the chances of someone even looking closely similar?
They were probably, I would say, probably 10 minutes away.
I would have hoped that would have happened, because that's like a dream story for the person that would have been picked instead.
Yeah. And the weird thing about that woman is actually she was on her first ever film set for the day, and she was union and didn't know what a union waiver was. So she could have gone from her first ever film set as non-union to Taft-Hartley in the same damn day, having no idea what the hell any of it is.
And she would have been making moolah at that for just that one scene.
And don't forget, there's one magic word: residuals. This is a nationally broadcasted show. So there's residuals every time that episode airs on that network, cable, streaming.
Let us all hope this is maybe one of the episodes that's too raw for TV and is put into the annals of history that you'll only be able to see when it comes out on Blu-ray.
I was talking to one of the crew guys on this, because the crew was just losing their mind because they're trying to get this thing done. I'm talking to crew, and it's like, dude, in a situation like that, you set like 6 alarms on your, you like bringing up multiple phones. Every 10 minutes, you have an alarm going off until your ass is up. Oh my God. Dude, you reread this thing. I'm OCD enough as it is when it comes to report times and everything. How do you miss that? Seriously, how do you miss that?
Like, you could have put it on your phone and your phone's an alarm.
I'm just more surprised by how do you fall back asleep? Like, when someone winks you up. Look, I would understand if it was
but maybe she might have been lying.
If it was a job that you didn't like, if it was an office job that you were tired of, that you could call a sick day on, sure, I can understand that. When the set calls you and you overslept and you're like, okay, I will be there, I am getting ready, and then you just roll back over and nod off for like another 50 minutes. If my balls could pop, they would.
Ryan, I'm dead inside.
Well, I've got a lot dead inside me too, but it's in a specific area.
I wonder, are we allowed to say that balls will pop?
There's no swearing, nothing of an innuendo sort. It's just, instead of my brain,
you're talking tennis balls, ping pong balls, things like that, right? Croquet.
Anything of a tense, compressurized, circular area. I almost said cervical. That's not right.
Some kind of a spheroid.
I'm just dead inside.
Yes, Day. I understand. But let us all hope that one day we get to embrace that, and we actually show people that actors are not lazy and, affluent and irresponsible and unwelcomed in society, that we actually go ahead and we show up, we do our work with pride, and we get respect. I know that's not going to happen, but I'm hoping.
In other news, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about, what's the next topic, Scott?
Day just wants to feel alive at this point.
It's like, I just need to feel something. I need to do something here. The next topic, actually, well, all right, since we're switching over to the last topic here, we only had like 3 topics to start with this day. So we have another 25 minutes, and we're on our last topic. So we're going to have to make some stuff up here. Last topic.
Oh, that's easy. Don't worry. I got a topic for you, but you go ahead and talk about Clerks.
So we are not, right off the bat, we're not going to basically give any spoilers or any details, because I know a lot of you guys haven't seen it. I don't think, have either one of you guys seen Clerks 3 yet?
No,
unfortunately, for a movie that's supposed to be set in Jersey, that has some of the most prominent Jersey cast in it, the only place it's showing in my area is like East Hanover. Nowhere, not a single AMC area, none of the smaller theaters that are still open after pandemic. Nothing.
Wait. You said Clerks 3? Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go ahead and check and see if you
Clerks
have
1
it.
and Clerks 2, Clerks animated series, Clerks the funeral scene, Clerks the flying car. Don't forget.
Wait. In my area in Clifton Commons, 16
right.
in Clifton, and the rest is in New York.
So here's the funny thing about this. I talk a lot about critic scores and everything like this. And, if you ever notice in a lot of ads, they always talk about, 95% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. Clerks 3 is taking a different approach with this. They are saying we have a 94% audience score. The critics themselves, honestly, the critics have not been, big fans of this. They've got a borderline sort of like, there you go. Put this down here. You can see what the critic score is right there. It's 62% for the critics, 94% for the audience, which is a huge telling sign that they didn't like this film, but the fans of the Clerks franchise and View Askew certainly 100% did. And they have not.
However, doesn't that also say something about the fan reviews, considering it is so hard to actually find a viewing that the people that have actually gone to see the movie and are rating it would have to be diehard fans to begin with? How many of them are really going to hate the film?
I wish I could disagree with you, but I can't. In this case here, the people that paid for the tickets, the people that went to see this, they went to see Kevin as well. So they're going to give it more likely a better review, just like seeing Star Wars Episode 8, got great reviews in the theater and fans loved it. But then upon further reflection, they're like, it wasn't that great. I know already what happens with this. There is a comment in there. I am not posting that comment because it's too close to spoilers on that. So sorry, I can't do it. But there's a lot of people looking at this, especially the fan base, and like, dude, this is one of Kevin Smith's best.
But is it?
Do you guys know?
Is there a way on Rotten Tomatoes that you can go ahead and check all Kevin Smith films and see what the tomato score is? Because I would want to think, since we talked about Dogma, I'd want to say Dogma is probably higher. I'm going
to pull it up right now.
Yeah.
Provocative.
And it's coming. Yeah,
okay.
Just barely.
Yeah, 67.85 is pretty much on par to what we just saw. So 62.94. That's pretty darn close.
And mind you, Dogma was a heated movie. Like, you got the whole Christian community just rallying against this film because of all the stuff that they were.
They were barely there. I mean, Kevin Smith was there. Up and protested his own movie. He went there. Chris Cullen protested along with him.
Now let's say Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. Let's look at that one.
All right.
Yeah, that might be possibly his most financially lucrative film, I would say.
It's right there at the bottom.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, it was at the bottom there.
Right there.
All right, let's click this
in the middle. Next to Flowing Gold? I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Oh, that's right. I forgot the movie Moonraper was actually in that movie too. All right, so 52 and 75. So for the most part, they haven't been big fans of Kevin's movies that way. I wonder how Chasing Amy is though.
Yeah, I'd say Chasing Amy. His most
worst
dramatic
film?
Of the viewer films.
I think probably the best one for for critics, for the critic attitude of it.
Yeah, no, I could see that.
Let's see. Drum roll, please.
Wow! Yeah. So I have no idea why it's doing that. So, sorry. But yeah, 86 and 83. That sounds, the whole lesbian aspect of it. This was 1997, so it wasn't quite as mainstream necessarily as it was now. So it was a bit of a gutsy move to go that direction with this film.
Surprisingly, it's probably the movie that has the least amount of Jay and Silent Bob in it because they're really only in it for the one diner scene.
But it has the most Silent Bob lines in there.
Well, yeah, because he actually talks and he tells a reasonable story.
Yeah, right. That's the name of the movie too. He was chasing Amy.
Wow. I mean, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. But yeah, I mean, outside of,
I figured this would be the highest one of the bunch.
Yeah, but obviously an outlier. I mean, look at Yoga Hosers, the one he did for his daughter.
It ranked higher than Fahrenheit 451 and Saturday Night Fever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Travolta must be stewing on that one. Ooh.
Travolta, and you know what? Frank Stallone too, because Frank Stallone did music for that movie, and he deserves a little more respect than he gets. Frank Stallone is a damn good singer. He deserves a little more love.
Right. Why are you laughing, Ryan?
I'm sorry. It's like when he says him. Well, pretty much when anybody says something about Frank Stallone, all I think about is like Norm Macdonald on Weekend Update on SNL, because that was like a running joke of his.
No, but I mean, it's funny because Frank Stallone, I think, won a Grammy too, or not. He's gotten accolades of his own for movies that he did outside of it. Yes, he got a Razzie for like Rocky, for like Rocky IV or something like this. But he did a lot of stuff in the '80s, including Saturday Night Fever.
That is surprising.
Yeah, he's got a decent resume, better than ours. So, but it's just overshadowed completely by Sly.
I feel like you're just kind of padding this because we're only at 31 minutes. So we still got like 20 some odd left.
I was gonna say, yes, we're very, 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 very excited to talk.
What happened to the Jay and Silent Bob cartoon show? That was a good show.
It was.
That got canceled quick. That only showed like 2 episodes of the 6 that we made. And I felt that good. Probably.
Okay, here's the problem that I've got with this. ABC greenlit this project after Dogma, by the way. It's 6 episodes. This was ABC when they were all like kid friendly. You got like, this was coming off the heels of like, Step by Step, or Full House. And then you went to Clerks. And you go from, like I said, feel good, family friendly stuff to known, pot sellers in this case. 37, all the things that Clerks is known for. And it's like, we're going to basically turn this into a cartoon. We're going to greenlight this thing. And the problem with it also is the fact that basically they had to tone down Jay and Bob. So they sold fireworks instead.
Right. I mean, they were definitely a little bit more cartoony. This is the kind of thing that you would expect on Adult Swim or even Cartoon Network now.
Yeah.
At the time, it was considered edgy simply because, look, they were trying to find something that would coexist with the other animated projects that they had tried on there, whether it be Capital Critters or whether it be The Critic. They were trying to compete with The Simpsons and whatnot that they had on Fox. So this was supposed to be like the next best thing. And they just go so far and beyond what the original movie was about that you almost have to wonder if they made Clerks the way they made this, would it have been a hit?
I think yes.
I think Clerks the animated series was too early. I think if they came out early,
that's what I was going to say.
This was like 2000.
Right. So if it was like 2005, 2010, it would have been mainstream, popular. You will see merchandise. You will see people that want to dress like Jay and Silent Bob, which they are for Comic-Con, but a huge fan following more of people dressing up Jay and Silent Bob. Now I will bring up, like in my early years while I was in college, we did a play called Clerks.
Okay.
And guess who I played?
I can see you being a Randall.
No.
Nah, he's definitely got more of a Dante.
Correct.
Bray.
You're correct. No.
I played Dante.
I could see that.
Yeah, I see you more as a Randall, though. I really do. Now, Randall apparently auditioned.
Personality watch, yeah, but actual physical.
He's got the kind of face that says he's not even supposed to be here today.
That is true. He mentally checked out. Well, I mean, there was actually a Clerks TV pilot, too, with Jim Brewer.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Which Jeff Anderson apparently auditioned to play Dante, and that he's like, yeah, this is terrible.
So sometimes there's just a secret sauce, a lightning in a bottle, and you can't reproduce it. You can go way beyond what it means, and certainly something like Clerks 2 showed that when it went
I love Clerks 2. I really did.
Dramatic black and white.
Now I do have that movie.
To movies.
Yes. I thought that was such a great follow-up. I didn't get the love that Clerks 1 did, and I understand that. But in a lot of ways, I enjoyed that movie a lot more.
Yes.
There was just something about it that worked for me.
I think, for the most part, Clerks 2 was just simply more relatable. Working in like that franchised fast food, that whole environment, I think a lot more people were able to gleam onto rather than the standard corner store and all the problems that come with that. Mostly because I think it's a Gen X thing. You have that rebel against society and having to be independent, which Dante tried to be. And then you see him working at a movies.
Yeah.
It's like, how the mighty have fallen.
He's like, I'm not even.
And obviously, I don't know how Clerks 3 ends up. But
what's that? Say again.
I don't know how Clerks 3 ends up.
It is definitely a movie, and it has people in it that talk.
Okay, I know you can't give like a spoiler review, but can you just give us your initial thoughts
of the film?
Kevin Smith loves.
Wait.
No, I
cannot.
I mean, I can, but I will not. Let me put it that way.
Okay. Can I say this? Would you prefer Clerks 2 or Clerks 3?
Yes, one of those.
Okay.
By the way,
yes, is not a real chain. No.
There is a couple movies out there. I think there's a couple in Jersey too.
Yeah. No, movies is not an actual chain. There have been pop-ups of movies that have taken over actual fast food restaurants for like a day or two.
Can we get Mr. Beast to do that? Open up a movies franchise, like 1,000 of them automatically?
Well, he's got his own Mr. Beast burger that he opened up in the mall.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard about this. Mr. Beast was over at the American Dream Mall a couple weeks ago.
No.
Yeah, he was. Because he opened up a Mr. Beast burger over there, and there were thousands of people that showed up on a Sunday.
Yeah, I know. I'm not waiting that long for a burger that I've already had. Because before they actually opened up.
It wasn't about the burger. It was about him. Trust and believe. It wasn't about the burger. It was hoping that he was going to give people money.
Yeah, he gives money away.
Which I don't think he did.
Cars. I mean, he gave people houses. Dude, one of the best things I think he ever did is he actually went to like people that worked at McDonald's and said, I will give you $100,000 straight up in a cashier's check if you quit your job right now. And everybody's like, goodbye.
By the way, just to give a little background here. Yes, Steph, before any of these comments actually go up on the show, they go directly to the show handler, which in this case is Scott. So it's his choice whether or not they even pop up.
So you had a comment before. I deliberately did not put it up there because I don't want to give away anything. And I felt it was I understand what you're doing. I in my opinion, I'm being overprotective, so it might have been on me. But these guys haven't seen it, so I want nothing to be known about it. So that's why I'm just saying. That's what when Day is like, do you prefer Clerks 2 or Clerks 3? I'm like, yes, I prefer one of those too. Because I know it's like, can I give an opinion? No, I can't. Because there's so much I have to be careful. You know me. I'm prone to blab. I am not blabbing on this one. So
blab?
So pretty much.
What can I tell you if I'm not blabbing right now?
Yeah. So pretty much Scott is not going to expose anything regarding Clerks 3. At all.
Listen, as soon as you see it, I will talk. But I'm not saying a word until then. Steph, you and I can talk. You, JD, and I can talk. That's fine. But until you guys see it, I'm nothing.
Fine.
But Clerks 3 is definitely a movie. It does have the characters from Clerks in it, as you probably saw in the trailer.
Okay. So should I cap off with one more story?
We got about 10 minutes. We got to wrap it up after that. So please go ahead.
Okay. Now, this is just referring back to stories that we've already talked about on this show, so it's not too far away from what we've done. But considering this person is also essentially a former resident of the state, coming from Wyckoff, New Jersey, I always feel it's prevalent to go ahead and showcase the talent that we have here from the Garden State. As reported in Movie Guide, this is where I'll be reading it from. Actor Ezra Miller compares superhero character to Jesus amid multiple allegations.
Okay, I'm done. This is the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. You have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. And insane. We're good.
No. I'm not even going to read the actual Vanity Fair expose, which we pretty much uncovered all this. But according to the Vanity Fair expose itself, it unpacked a bunch of grooming, violence, and other odd illegal behavior done by Miller prior to his apology and going in for treatment, as he stated himself. I'd say about, a month ago, he said he was going in for treatment. Miller, who is referred to by his preferred pronouns they, them in the expose, first made public news after choking two strangers in Iceland. We've all seen that she also gave tiger blood. No tiger blood yet. Miller would talk about the metaverse and the medicine and how they're the Messiah and what their work is here. This is the quote from the expose. They say their spiritual practice is to be among the people, which means party. So when in Iceland, they were out nonstop. Miller's favorite were raves, where they'd go on benders for 2 to 3 days at a time. Apparently, Yahoo Entertainment reported multiple sources claimed to the magazine that Miller was verbally and emotionally abusive while referring to themselves as both Jesus and the devil. According to one insider, the actor invoked the superhero they play, claiming that the Flash is one who brings the multiverse together just like Jesus. And just so you folks at home are watching, you see how Day down there is just pretty much pushing his head to the side? I would say Day is a pretty diehard DC person, and certainly would make one heck of a great Jason Todd / Red Hood. So for him to hear these things probably is a little irksome. Day, do you have anything to add? Oh God.
What does this do for Dumbledore, though, is my question. You know, where does Dumbledore talk?
I'm pretty sure that character's already out of Dumbledore. That's not even an issue.
My question is, this is streaming, right?
This is streaming, yes. We are streaming live.
The noise in my background. Sorry.
No, it's okay. How the hell do this guy got a job?
Dude, I don't know. But
it's like he pushed the boundaries of every single thing. He say the darnest things. He do the craziest.
Dude, you know, it's weird. I don't think we're picking on Day today, are we? I think basically he's picking slack a little bit.
No.
You know, it's sort of a two-person show in some ways. Because like I said, I got so much damn noise going on behind me. I got to mute myself, so it requires you guys to do more. I'm sorry about that.
Trust me, nobody's picking on me. It's just when we hear news things, and yes, Stephanie, the whole Marvel DC Jason Todd, yes, I've been pushing that and hoping that James Gunn directs that. But when you have Ezra Miller doing crazy stuff, and I'm a Marvel DC fan, if they would have gave me a Marvel role, as I would have took it. if DC, same thing, but I really purposely want to play Jason Todd Red Hood. But you got the role of the Flash, the most important DC character known today. Flashpoint.
I think one of the most popular ones too, especially off the heels of Grant Gustin. But yeah, listen, some people I don't think can handle fame necessarily well. That might be his problem.
Well, Movie Guy does delve into this. While there seems to be many testimonies of Miller's ego, drug use, and violence, perhaps the most telling of the actor's true state is his comparison to Jesus. Without the foundation of God's word, fame and fortune can lead to detrimental pride that puts us before God. However, Miller's striking hypocrisy, while extreme, is not uncommon among sinful humans. That is why in the Old Testament, God commands his people not to create false gods. And in the digital age, these idols that we see, whether it's because of their popularity online or because of their popularity in big franchise films, they have become more subtle. Anybody in Marvel, anybody in DC, with the right poking and prodding, could probably end up like an Ezra Miller.
See, and that's the problem. First and foremost, you have people that idolize celebrities. Let me rephrase what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, we're human. Celebrities are human. We crap.
We like to blame them and scorn them for being human.
Exactly. We crap. We pee. We got blood that's the same color as yours. We can die. We and not come back. Stop it. Stop it. Ezra Miller is not a god. Stop it.
He only plays one on TV. What movie?
Not even that. Stop it.
Well, there was that one scene in The Flash when he met with Grant Gustin, but still. But I think that's something that we have to really qualify with ourselves, especially after the last couple of years when we ourselves were stuck inside and all we had to look at was whatever media was put out there.
Right, and I agree.
Some people did gain a little bit of an obsession, maybe to the point where they puffed up these movie characters and these actors who played these movie characters into a higher state than they should be.
I agree.
Just to bring it back to our original conversation, don't tell me there isn't somebody out there that thinks Silent Bob is the Messiah. I will tell you right now, there probably is somebody crazy enough to make a Church of Silent Bob. It'd be the quietest church you ever heard in your life. There would be no singing, no nothing.
They'll just sit there and just be like gestures.
Yep. They've seen Red State one too many times, and they put it all on one character. Yeah. Jay's a prophet. That's it. Actually, that's funny enough, because in Dogma, weren't Jay and Silent Bob categorized as prophets?
Yes.
They were. Prophets, so, 2 of them.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, wow, I didn't even expect to bring that full circle, but I did.
Very nicely done. Anyway, we got to wrap this.
I tripped on that.
So, very nicely done, by the way. That was greatly done. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. You're awesome. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it. You're awesome. Me, I'm on mute a lot because there's a hell of a lot of noise up there. I plan to say something.
You kept it all down. That's all. You held us down, Scott.
Ryan, you want to finish this off for me? And I just call it over here?
Thank you for watching Tales from the Film Set. We will be back as usual every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And do make sure that you look for us this week as well as we go ahead and do episode 6 of She-Hulk Attorney at Law at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. Mm-hmm. And are we doing Andor or no?
I will not be able to do Andor, but I do have something to mention. October 29th, we are doing a Horror Fest charity event for autism. I'm working alongside Toy Quest 101. We are officially announcing this. I am contacting various locations to actually get gift baskets, raffles, giveaways, all these kind of things in exchange for whatever money can be donated to the autism charity. I will be discussing that in the near future. So stay close to social media on that, because we are going to be running and fired up, and I will be scared out of my mind because I hate horror films. So let's watch me suffer for basically the amusement and benefit of other people. Oh yeah, I know. I'm going to pay the price on this one, but you know what? If we raise enough, and I'm going to decide on the number on this also. If we raise enough, I will also eat a Carolina Reaper on camera. So if we do it,
I got it ready. It's downstairs. I have it ready. It's downstairs in my living room.
Do that. I will have a gallon of milk ready, because God, growing up as a kid, the spiciest thing we had in the house was ketchup. So that's going to be hell on wheels. But you know what? I'm willing to do it if you earn enough money. But October 29th, Saturday before Halloween, horror movie, basically event for charity, for autism. We're going to run with that. Anyway, we got to wrap this up right now. I'm Scott. That's Ryan. That's Day. That's Jeff up there making all that noise. I apologize. Thank you, Steph, for the comments. You're awesome. And have a great day. Take care. Be good.